Hello. You boys like Mexico? Yeah!
What's up guys, Jared here with another movie review, so listen up, meow. The first Super Troopers was a pleasant surprise. I wasn't old enough to see it in the theaters, but I saw it at a friend's place, and I was like, what is this comedy gold? It instantly became one of my favorite overlooked comedies, and there was always word that the Broken Lizard guys were going to make a sequel, and there was even rumors or scripts that it was going to be some sort of a prequel set in the 70s. Finally, the time is here, and we have the sequel, simply named Super Troopers 2. So does this sequel pack the same shenanigans as the first? Let's find out. So Super Troopers 2 takes place years after the first. It's not really specified. I'm assuming it's roughly 15 years, but we catch up with all of the guys from the Vermont Highway Patrol, and they all have been fired again. The reason so was because of some mysterious Fred Savage ride-along fiasco that ultimately ended their run. However, the guys are called back to action when the US reevaluates their border with Canada and realizes that part of Canada is actually part of Vermont. As Thorny, Rabbit, Farva, and the rest of the crew try to make this transition as smoothly as possible, all sorts of shenanigans go down, along with the reveal of some sort of smuggling ring. So old Super Troopers 2, you're about 15 years too late, but I will have to admit, I had a pretty fun time watching all of you Broken Lizard guys back at it. The chemistry that these guys have on screen and all of the fun banter between the two, I'm assuming quite a bit of it is improv, just really worked in this sequel. Besides the fact that they clearly have all aged, this movie pretty much picks up right where the first one left off, and they don't skip a beat. Besides the great chemistry, the jokes, humor, and shenanigans, all of this matches that of the first. This is really a laugh-out-loud comedy. I'm not saying it's one of the best of 2018. It's sort of like the first Super Troopers with a bunch of gags and skits and everything just thrown into the mix. So if you're into that kind of style, you'll enjoy this sequel. Another thing was the setting. The fact that it was technically, yeah, people are complaining that I can't say technically. Canada, the jokes and gags really wrote themselves. Whether it be the guys making fun of the Mounties' Canadian accents, or them impersonating Mounties and pulling the same roadside gags as the first, or even the Canadians making fun of America. Now, onto the bad things. Now, don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was funny, but it did have a lot of references and callbacks to the first. It was a lot of, hey, do you remember this joke or gag from like 17 years ago? Yeah. We're doing it again. Some of them were funny and it was a nice callback, but after a while, they kind of got old and I was like, give me some new jokes to laugh at. It also probably didn't help that I went to a double feature of the first and second film, so a lot of the jokes and gags from the first were fresh in my mind. Another thing that just really didn't work was the overall plot. I mean, it's just a ridiculous comedy that was marketed with 420 in mind. 420, man. So you shouldn't be expecting this fleshed out plot. I mean, it sort of mirrors the first film where they randomly stumble upon some sort of drug smuggling ring. They think that it's these certain people or this group of people that are doing it, but then it turns out to be someone else. And again, this is a comedy film. You're focused on the ridiculousness and the jokes and the humor and all of that. So the plot really doesn't have much effect on this movie. Rather, it's all of these interconnected jokes and skits that really help the movie move along. Overall, Super Troopers 2 is a laughable sequel that needed to come out years before. With the same cast of hilarious characters along with some laugh-out-loud comedy, but with a lot of references and callbacks along with a plot that really doesn't matter, I'd recommend checking out Super Troopers 2. It's not going to be in the top 10 movies of 2018, but if you're looking for some good laughs with maybe a drink or two, check it out. What did you think of Super Troopers 2? Was it the long overdue, hilarious sequel you were hoping for? Or was this movie about 15 years too late? I want to hear about it in the comments below. As always, you can find me on the social medias at Jared Buckendahl on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and now Stardust. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Until next time, I'll see you later.